Warmington's many to read a timeline. Throughout his years of public service, Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Southwest Everett Warmington has earned a reputation for his verbal outbursts. Go to Hell on March 2011, which happened to be an International Women's Day, Warmington told CVM TV female anchor Caroline Brown to go to hell before terminating a live phone interview with her after being questioned about his reasons for remaining in Parliament despite being a United States citizen, which made him ineligible to sit in the House. Expletive laden tirade at journalists in August 2015. In August 2015, Warmington had a run-in with journalists who were covering the then opposition JLP's caucus that month. Warmington verbally abused members of the press as photographers tried to take his picture and also pushed the camera off a young reporter from the cleaner company. The MP later attributed his actions to the effect of medication and said he regretted his actions. Flipping the bird in August 2015. However, less than a week after abusing journalists, Warmington was at it again, this time flipping the bird on a group of media personnel and JLP supporters at the party's Belmont Road headquarters while wearing a neck brace. Hannah called a Jezebel, January 2016. In January 2016, two PNP groups started an online petition for the suspension of Warmington for calling government MP Lisa Hannah a Jezebel, a derogative term for a woman to mean evil and scheming. Soldier reportedly called a-hole, February 2016. A month later, Warmington reportedly called a member of the Jamaica Defense Force a-hole at a polling station during the 2016 general elections. The incident reportedly occurred at the Old Harbour Primary School in St. Catherine after a soldier told him he had to go inside the polling station alone. Warmington reportedly told the soldier, "You have no authority to order me. Let the police address me. You are an a-hole. Don't say nothing." Get off my phone, October 2018. Warmington again displayed vile behavior towards a woman in October 2018 after reporter Sasha Small of Business Access TV called him to get a comment on a strike being staged by workers on a road project. "Don't call me and ask me any damn nonsense. Get off my phone," he barked at her before terminating the call. I don't need to give you an update, September 2022. When contacted for an update on the government's pace of work to replace a collapsed bridge in Trelawney, Warmington appeared to be annoyed by the reporters interested. "Telling me something, is that the only bridge in Jamaica that needs replacement or repair? I don't need to give you no update at all. I ask if that is the only bridge in Jamaica that needs replacement or repair. This is not the only one," he says before abruptly ending the phone call. Use of the race card, November 2022. At a JLP-era Council 2 meeting, Warmington launched a broadside against opposition leader Mark Golding over his race. In launching the attack, Warmington boldly asserted that the Jamaican-born Golding will never become Prime Minister because of his skin color. Apparently, believing that no one inside the JLP can rein him in, Warmington for good measure added, "I can say anything, and I want to say as long as I don't embarrass the Prime Minister, let them go to hell." His comments were condemned by the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica and the Office of the Political Ombudsman. I don't tour with council caretakers, May 2023. During a tour of Portland Eastern on May 3rd last year, Warmington was seen angrily berated council caretaker for the Fellowship Division, Colin Bell. Warmington reportedly told Bell that he will not be conducting a tour with council caretakers regardless of their party affiliation. "You don't follow my tour. Caretakers are not recognized in the Constitution of Jamaica," he told Bell. And to close out his disrespectful behavior, in February 2024, Warmington told PNP Council Selected that he will not get any of his money to spend in the constituency. Integrity Commission to address Warmington's utterances. The Integrity Commission says the matter regarding recent utterances by the former minister responsible for works Everett Warmington about withholding funds from an opposition councillor will be discussed at its next board meeting. The meeting will take place on Monday, March 4th. The matter has been placed on the agenda as it concerns the integrity of parliamentarian and relates to the governance of the country, the Integrity Commission stated in a press release. Board Chair Justice Seymour Panton noted that despite Warmington's resignation from the cabinet, the issue will remain on the agenda as the Commission cannot stay silent on the matter. Residents appeal for Walton Park Road to be fixed. There is an appeal for Walton Park Road in St. Andrew to be rehabilitated, as the poor state of the road is endangering lives and affecting commerce. Sections of the roadway have been severely eroded, forcing motorists to slow considerably to navigate the potholes, particularly in the vicinity of Woodpeck Avenue and Nelson Road. This has resulted in frequent traffic congestion during peak hours. Business operators say during heavy rains, the roadway is transformed into a river, while there is a lot of dust nuisance during drier periods. They say adjustments to the height of the manhole also the road have contributed to flooding, which has further eroded the roadway. After every rain, as rainfall, may have to make sure some lift up me things them off the ground so that when the water come we don't flood out, cause it happen over and over. A couple years now it keeps happening for the adjustment of this hole here, because it's usually high when a bridge, not a flat, so it can't take any amount of water when it's coming down, stated a business operator Orville Dempster. Another resident of Walton Park Road said people who release water from their washing machines onto the roadway are also contributing to its destruction. Only child weeps over loss of best dad. Kimona Rose, teary eyes, told a story of great loss as she struggled to come to grips with the shooting death of her dad, Everett Rowe, in Fulham, Westmoreland. The elder Rowe was one of 3 men fatally shot after armed men opened fire at patrons at the Prixidus Bar in Fulham at approximately 12:50 on Wednesday morning. 4 patrons were also reportedly shot and injured. According to the Westmoreland police, 2 men armed with handguns alighted from a Toyota Axio motor car and opened fire on the group, resulting in patrons fleeing in different directions. Rowe was subsequently seen suffering from gunshot wounds to the upper body outside the bar when the shooting subsided, along with Smith, McDonald, and 4 other persons. Rowe later succumbed to his injuries while receiving treatment at the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital in the parish. Devastated by this loss, Kimona told reporters that she was still in shock to hear about the incident, as she believed that it was her father's first time stepping foot into the bar. She explained that while her 55-year-old dad operated a small shop across the street from the establishment, he did not have any reason to visit the bar. They said that someone called him and he went across the road, then went into the bar to buy something. He had never been over there before, Kimona said, as she fought back tears. A somber mood filled the streets of Rome as residents sat on the sidewalks whispering among themselves. Rowe was described as a good man who knew nothing about badness by a man who only identified himself as the deceased man's nephew. The grieving daughter speculated that her father was simply a victim of being at the wrong place at the wrong time and thought a friend attempted to save his life, it was too late. They said that they, the gunmen, came for 2 persons and he was standing close by. However, they said a friend was pulling him out through a side door, but someone was outside thinking that it was one of the guys who they went for, so they shot the both of them, Kimona stated. While describing the relationship shared with her father, Kimona told reporters that she felt numb as his death had left her unexplainably void in her heart. I am not feeling anything. My whole body feels numb. I'm his only child. He had me from I was 3 months old, and he was a single dad, she said. The grieving daughter said that she had always shared a very close bond with her father, as she was his only child. He was the best dad anyone could have ever asked for, she said. Even now as an adult, he still treats me like I'm 5 years old baby girl. He is not the greatest dad ever. He is not rich, but he ensures that I am okay and my kids are good, Kimona added before her voice trailed off. Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP in charge of Area 1 Clifford Chambers told reporters that the shooting is believed to have been gang-related. JFJ urges government to reject proposals for abolition of jury trials. Jamaicans for Justice JFJ says it stands firm in its belief that the common law principle of a jury trial is fundamental to guarantee the constitutional right to a fair trial. We strongly oppose any recommendation that would abolish this principle. The organization therefore urges the government to reject recent calls for the abolition of jury services and focus instead on fulfilling long-standing promises of threatening the system, the lobby said in a press release. The right to a trial by jury has a long history, predating its formal inclusion of the Magna Carta, which declares that a free man should not be imprisoned without the lawful judgment of his peers. In the case of Trevor Stone 1980, Crimp LR 439, the Privy Council acknowledged that there is a right to the jury trial at common law that can be affected by statute, as it was with the Gun Court Act challenge in that matter. JFJ also noted that the structure of the Jamaica's legal system already facilitates a hybrid approach, as parish courts try matters by judges alone, generally, as per Section 177 of the Judiciary Residence Magistrate Act. We note, however, that there are legislative limitations on the parish court's power as a lower court, specifically in terms of penalties including fines or terms of imprisonment it can impose, JFJ stated. Therefore, the more serious matters are in fact heard at the higher court. Furthermore, the human rights group said the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act Section 17 provides for limiting offenses related to gang matters to be tried by a judge alone, given the real possible threat or harm to jurors. JFJ believes that these provisions are sufficient of the right to ensure a judicial and impartial process and sufficiently maintain serious matters being tried by a jury for one's peers. JFJ said in a recent TV report, Chief Justice noted that the rate of conviction under jury trials versus non-jury trials as a reason to look at the necessity of jury trials. Altogether, this is an unacceptable premise that relies on the idea that the mark of a fair trial lies in relation or the rate of conviction and not in the seamless execution of the processes necessary, including jury selection, the group stated. The completely abolish of fundamental common law principle, which will arguably be a constitutional right, is a contemptuous disregard for the fundamental principles of law that we have guided by. We reject any notion that expeditiously and reducing court backlogging are strong enough justifications for such an action, stated JFJ. The lobby reiterated its call to Minister of Justice Delroy Chalk for an extensive overhaul of the jury system, which should include a reduction in the categories for exemptions for jury service, as well as ensuring that the lists used by engaged potential citizens are fixed. Furthermore, ensuring fair compensation for jurors is paramount to acknowledge the importance of their service and to incentivize the participation. We also call for the implementation of widespread civic education initiatives for civilians, equipping potential jurors with adequate knowledge through civic service programs. We will empower them to actively engage in the justice process, enhancing its fairness and effectiveness, JFJ further stated. The multifaceted approach fosters a more informed and representative jury system, ultimately strengthening the integrity of the justice system as a whole, all essential for broadening the pool of potential jurors, thereby promoting diversity and inclusivity in the justice system. A hybrid system exists and a hybrid system ought to be maintained. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.